Alright, welcome back to more Pokemon Diamond. If you didn't watch the previous episode over on Randonium Gaming's channel, finish this episode first and then go back and watch those. Looks like Rando's been busy. We now have a full party, including Pachirisu and a Weasel, I think is the water Pokemon down there. And it looks like he's evolved a couple of our others, which is good. So, let's see. He beat Gym 2 in the previous part, presumably. I didn't actually check the badge yet. Let's see here. He did not get the bike, which means that we're going to have to do that. So the bike shop is right up here, but as is tradition, the guy isn't here at the moment. Manager's gone off to the Team Galactic building and hasn't returned. I wonder what's holding him up. I wonder what would be holding him up at the Team Galactic building. Probably Team Galactic. So, presumably, somebody should have had cut, but I guess he didn't give it to him. Probably was leaving that up to me, and unfortunately, we gotta decide who is going to hold on to that and cut. For a mainstay HM, has never gotten any better. Like, I can't imagine it's actually good. Now, here's the thing. I don't particularly want to give it the bean, even though generally I give cut to my grass type. The problem is there's so many HMs. I hate them all. What? The problem with it is, if you give an HM to something, you're probably going to have to carry around that Pokemon the rest of the journey, especially if it's something like Cut, Rock Smash, Strength, Rock Climb. You can maybe get away with it with Waterfall, but honestly, just give it to whatever mainstay Pokemon, water Pokemon you have. I hear that in the next couple gens, I think maybe starting with Gen 6 or something, they kind of go away from the HMs, which is good. Because as much as their tradition, they weren't a fun tradition, especially once they started adding more of them. The first 5 in Gen 1 were fine. Strength and Surf were both good. Flash was awful. Only give that to one Pokemon that you don't plan on using ever again. And just grab them when you need it, because I think you only needed Flash for like one section of the game, and it was like Rock Tunnel. If you know the layout of the tunnel pretty well, you don't even need it. In fact, that's what we did for the live stream last year when we did Pokemon Red Randomizer. I just had Randonium Gaming give me directions through the cave because he knew it well enough. Trying to think, what else was there in Gen 1? Obviously, Cut, Strength, if Fly. Fly is a good enough flying type attack that it's perfectly fine. Surf, probably the best HM overall, just because of its high power, and it's just especially in Gen 1, like, it was the best water move, honestly. Maybe Hydro Pump, but I mean, for the amount of times that you could use it, it was definitely the best. Strength, if it's on a normal type Pokemon, is very good. If it's on others, it's fine, but it's not. It loses that stab value, and that's generally what makes it better. Cut and Flash, though, those suck. Cut has never been good, I feel. It's purely for progression, and that is it. Which is honestly sad. Glameow. Oh yes, obligatory got wing attack at some point, which is amazing that it actually has something it can do. It survives with 1 HP, just so it can scratch Bean once. How rude. Alright. I feel like I got meddled with. But, dearie, you're just a kid. Yeah, okay. Your point? Kids have taken down Team Rocket twice, and Team Magma and whatever the other one was. Aqua, yeah. Alright. So, yeah, if you aren't quite aware how I do these is, I usually do these in post, just because that way I can cut out unneeded battles, both trainer battles and wild encounters. So if we fight someone who we've already really seen, like, these Pokemon in this kind of fight before, then I'll cut them out just to kind of save on time, unless it's like a major encounter. Oh, that was a little embarrassing, Kadabra. It's also, it feels weird to see a scientist with a psychic type Pokemon. I thought those were usually, I thought they usually did more, electric type Pokemon. So, Whirlwind, it basically blows away an enemy. Honestly, we don't need Growl. But Whirlwind would be the one thing that I'd be willing to get rid of at this point for, like, Fly or something. Yeah, okay, bud. What is it with this Team Galactic? Why did they take our Pokemon? What are they trying to do, or trying to accomplish? Eh? Did you want something? How silly of me to even ask. You want to free the Pokemon. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah, that is going to happen. Literally right now. You are challenged by Commander Jupiter. Commander Jupiter sent out Zubat. This is the best you got? Alright, whatever. I'm pretty sure... Is Giga Drain... Giga Drain's a grass-type move, isn't it? Okay, so here's one mistake that I kind of made. I didn't realize... I completely forgot that Skuntank is a Dark-type Pokemon as well. My immediate thought is Poison-type because that's its primary type, but its secondary, I believe, is Dark, which means that our Kadabra here and its Psychic-type moves don't affect it. And I did not realize that going into it. Because, again, it's been a while since I played Gen 4. I know a fair amount about it, but, again, if you don't play some of these games, you kind of forget about certain things, like Pokemon typing. I know Gen 1 very well because I played it multiple times within the last decade, so... Plus, it's Gen 1, and Gen 1's just the easiest one to remember. Let's see what moves we actually have on Zip Zap at this point. Not very many. I don't know if there's a better choice to take out this Pokemon. Maybe Ground, but Poison affects Grass type. So our Turtwig evolution would not be able to do... would get damaged pretty badly from it. That was very damaging for what is supposed to be a dark on dark. Good thing it didn't think to use its Nightshade a second time. I love when it always adds the status effect right before it goes down. It's not gonna save you. Alright. Somehow Skuntank did not defeat any of our Pokemon. It very well could have done it with Zip Zap if it actually, you know, attacked. Alright, cool. Using some child being careless. Alright, so that was Jupiter. Other than her Skuntank, she wasn't all that impressive. Power mythical Pokemon, we will become the rulers of Sinnoh. Suggest you keep out of Team Galactic's way. It's your last warning. Alright. I don't know, I feel like if they wanted to be an actual threat, they'd use, you know, like guns instead of Pokemon, but alright. Because using their Pokemon doesn't seem to help much here. Okay, I'm sorry for the poison, but I'm not wasting a antidote when we're literally going back to the Pokemon Center anyways. But that probably means the Kadabra is going to go down. But, it would be nice if the health updated in real time, because it doesn't seem like it does that. Okay, now we can get the bike. It's the latest model. Oh boy. Which honestly is such an improvement over, I believe, the bike from the previous game, where you had to like go back to the bike shop or something to switch it out. I want to say that's how that worked. All right, so let's go ahead and make sure that we set this to our Y set button. Or register, I suppose. So that way we can actually pull it up whenever we need. That's primarily what you're gonna set to your register, just because it's the most useful, I feel. Alright, this is Cycling Road. We're gonna try and avoid some people if we can. We're not going to be completely successful, though. No, I didn't want to challenge you, and in fact, I didn't even touch you, so, shut up. Okay, that's it for Ponyta. I think this is the only encounter we're going to actually show on this route. Because I think any of the other ones we've already basically seen the fight before. And I am always working under that assumption for myself, because obviously I don't know what Randonium Gaming has seen, so I'm not gonna... I won't be editing out everything, so you may see something if you're watching like both multiple times, but that's okay. Great. Another thing blocking our path. Alright. I'm pretty sure that's another instance where if you say no, he'll just, like, continue to hound you and give it to you anyways. So, this is actually one of the more useful things they added in this gen. Or at least I'm pretty sure they added it in this gen. Basically, it's a rematch tool. It's not perfect, like, you gotta wait a while before somebody will be willing to rematch you. But it is useful if your only method is grinding. So there is a hidden item down there. Oh, nice. 2 Pokeballs. So basically, this dowsing thing is essentially checking for hidden items. Alright. So let's head this way first, because there are some items down here. There is a cave with a special Pokemon in it that we unfortunately cannot get right now because we do not have strength to move the boulder out of the way. Sadly, we cannot avoid all of the Pokemon. Oh, hey, a Ponyta. Oh, hey, a fire type. It's like one of 2 fire types you can get before the post game. Which, honestly, is kind of ridiculous. It doesn't seem like Gen 4 really has any new fire types besides the starter. Which is honestly one of the biggest blind spots with this game. Yeah, there are 4 new fire types, not including like the starter evolution chain. So there's the starter, Magmortar, which is a new evolution for Magmar, Heatran, which is a legendary that you can only catch after the fact, in the post game, and Rotom, which is only available in Platinum. And yeah, and then I'm pretty sure everything except maybe the Eevee for Flareon and Ponyta are more or less in the late game. It says that there's a Houndour, but I'm pretty sure that's a I'm pretty sure that's a post-game Pokemon. Fortunately, this Ponyta has been rather annoying to catch. Had to waste a Great Ball on it. Alright, so I think a fitting name for a male Ponyta is Maximus, as in the horse from Tangled. I just think it's fitting. Yeah, it seems like Ponyta and Chimchar are really the only fire types in Diamond and Pearl. And even then, they're not good. Like, Chimchar is great. That's honestly why I wanted to play Chimchar. But you guys voted for Turtwig, which I respect. I will respect it. But unfortunately, that does leave us with only one option, which is Ponyta as our fire type. Alright, so there is a cave here, but this is not the correct cave. I forget what's in that one. I think it's mostly just there we go. So this is the cave where if you have strength, you can continue forward and actually catch a Giblet, I think is the name of the Pokemon, but it's a ground dragon type, which is pretty helpful, honestly. We might be seeing the fully evolved version of it at some point. Well, in one of Randonium Gaming's parts. So I am almost certain we've seen this Cricketune already, but I couldn't remember if we had or it would. Randonium Gaming would definitely have seen it in the wild, but we'll show it off here just to say. Just to cover our bases. Yeah. Unfortunately, this is probably one of the longer parts of the of this particular gym, just because of how much I had to do. To be honest, I kind of missed this episode when I was editing originally. I think it just didn't see the raw file for it, so I kind of had to go back and do it as quickly as possible. Oh. Do, 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 do. Alright, we got a Ponyta and a Pachirisu, which is this game's attempt to remake Pikachu again. Since pretty much every game seems to feel the need to do that. What are all of the Pikachu clones? So we're not going to count like Raichu or Pichu because those are actually part of their evolution. But we got Plusle and Minun from Gen 3, Pachirisu from Gen 4, and then from here I am going to try my best to pronounce these names, but again, I don't know them. Emolga from Gen 5, Dedenne, and Togedemaru. Just making it way more difficult to understand. From Gen 6 and Gen 7, respectively. Morpeko from Gen 8. Pawmi from Gen 9. Pawmo from Gen 9. And Pawmot. I'm assuming that's all one evolution chain. It primarily looks like the hair tuft just changes a little in each one. And he starts to stand. So, is that all of them? Looks like it, at least. Yeah, I still feel like Pikachu is the best one. Yeah. Pichu and Raichu I'm willing to give a pass on because they're part of the evolution chain. They're not actually their own separate clones. Jeez. Yeah, unfortunately, this is actually a pretty good combination for them. Because it's hard to douse out Ponyta when you have an electric type also doing stuff, and for some reason Bite is doing hardly anything. Also, great job, Randonium Gaming, for messing up the joke. So he caught a Psyduck for the joke of Gant Duck, which is something that has been a bit of an inside joke between us since our senior design days. The problem is that he spelled it wrong, and it's called Nat Duck. So yeah, we'll find out what we do at the end of the episode here, but well, poor Nat Duck. That's why you always got to spell check before you give a Pokemon a nickname. I'm curious if he'll even realize that I changed the name on him. Why won't you go down? Man, I hate these things so much. Nice. Okay. Finally, man. That was annoying. I don't know why Pachirisu was being so difficult to take out. I realized it was at level 19 and all, but yeah, you lost. Now leave me alone. Alright. Super Potion. Oh, dang. Love me some Super Potion. Alright, let's just have Bean up in front because we might need them. Or not. These rocks are suspicious, I'm sorry. It's just in my nature to check. According to one theory, Mount Coronet is where Sinnoh's the legendaries meet or something, I don't know. In a newly created world, a world where only time flowed and space expanded. There should have been no strife. But what became of that world? Because the human spirit is weak and incomplete. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know, screw you. That rock up there looks suspicious to me, but more importantly, we're going to use our only repel, well, regular repel, just so we can get out of here without having to constantly be attacked. Because pretty much all that's in here, I think, is Machops and what is it? Geodudes, more or less. Unfortunately, we do not know Surf at the moment, so we can't get all the items in here. So we're just going to power our way through. I feel like they make you go really far out of the way to get gems in this one. Ah ha ha, you're just a little kid. How are you supposed to be? No, She already beat me. Oh boy, X speed. Like, I hear those are actually useful in competitive play, but I feel like they're just not useful at all in regular. Do any of you actually use those, like, non-ironically or something? Alright, the repel's effects have worn off. Yes, I would like to break rock. I don't even know why it bothers asking you. Especially with the breakable rocks. Like, strength, I get it a bit more. But even then, it's just a... You activate it, and then it, you just have to push it, and it'll just do it for you. I don't know. It feels weird to essentially force you to have to do that on every damn rock. Odd keystone. I'm sure this isn't important at all. Alright. Finally, to the next town. Who's ready for the gym? Oh, wait. The gym is not in this town. This is the 5th gym town. Aw. Okay, so this is Hearthome, I believe is the name of the town. Unfortunately, we're just going to be passing through. This isn't a gym that we can do anything with at the moment. Yeah, I'm sure, definitely. Okay. So oh, right. We have one other thing that we need to do before we technically wrap this up. And this is something that I kind of forgot about. To be fair, I didn't realize that the name was wrong until we were already like partway there. But we did have to walk back here so that we could talk. Not to this guy. This guy's not important. Also, he needs nap. This guy. Hello. I am the official name raider. I see. Yeah. He rates your name and then asks if you want to rename them. Nat Duck, is it? That's a decent name. Would you like to give it a better one? Yes. Alright. Let's name it what it's actually supposed to be. What I assume he meant, what he was going for with the joke. And just kind of didn't realize that it was spelled wrong. So it's Gant Duck, not Nat Duck. Alright. The earth is healing. Everything is alright now. Okay. So, I think with that, we're gonna call it a part, and I will see you guys in the next one for more Pokemon Diamond.